Hi there, guys. My name's Monique, aka Miss Vocals. Welcome to the VN Chat Show. So today I am joined with the lovely Bronia. She is the founder and the principal of Bronia Pierce Dance Company. How are you doing today, Bronia?
I'm good, thank you. Yeah.
Thank you very much for coming in.
You're
So we're gonna have a quick chat to you, just find out a bit more about yourself and what you guys have been doing for BPDC.
Yes.
So, what age were you when you got into dance yourself?
So I started dancing at the age of 3.
Okay. Wow.
My parents obviously just found a local dance school, and my dance teacher always tells this story that my dad just took me in and went, do something with her. But my dad always says, I didn't do that, you just wanted to go dancing. Like, there's videos of me when I was a kid watching like the Wizard of Oz, like dancing around the living room at like 2, going trying to do all the moves and stuff. So yeah, I just didn't sit still, so they were like, go dance, go do that.
Oh, perfect. And kind of what made you fall in love with contemporary dance? Because as I understand, your company is predominantly ballet and contemporary as opposed to pop and lyrical, I
Yeah,
believe?
we do lyrical, and we do lyrical, ballet, acro, musical theatre workshops, things like that. We kind of just offer the students whatever they want to do, because obviously I'm professional in the industry as well, so I've got a lot of contacts and stuff, which is great for the kids to have. So I'm more lyrical than anything else, just because it's something I was good at when I was younger. And lyrical is such a broad spectrum. It can be really emotional, it can be really strong, you can make it quite contemporary, like commercial type. There's such a broad spectrum of things you can do with lyrical. So for example, at the moment we were doing a routine to trampoline, which has got quite a beat in it that you can really hit the moves on. Whereas sometimes we do something from, say, The Greatest Showman, like A Million Dreams, and that would be more fluid and flowy. So I think that's why that's a really popular class with the teenage kind of age group. The little ones love it because it's like they just get to spin around in a really pretty dress. But that age group, the teens, I think they find it really a great subject to express themselves with. If they're having a bad day at school and you've given them like a strong something to get their anger out on, or they just want to feel a bit more relaxed, then they just really get their teeth into whatever we give them. So yeah, the lyrical side of stuff has always been something I've enjoyed because I loved it as a kid. And I wanted to kind of get that into my school because I'm passionate about that. So yeah, it's just a subject I enjoyed when I was younger. So, and a lot of schools, it's got quite big now, but when I was younger, lyrical wasn't a big subject that a lot of dance schools did, because it's actually the association that I learned from young age doing my grades. They created a lyrical grade system. So that's how I got into it. And then it's become this big thing with, like, the Americans love it. So the Americans love a lyrical dance. So I think that's why it's got quite popular at the moment too.
Okay, and for those who don't necessarily know what lyrical is, would you say it's kind of interpreting the lyrics of a song and into dance, or how would you kind of describe it?
Whenever I have someone come and ask this question, you can say the generic, it's a cross between ballet, jazz and contemporary.
Okay.
But again, it's also, I like to interpret lyrics of songs, find the beats, find the things that not everyone would listen to in a song. So I went to a teacher's course and they got us to sit down and listen to a piece of music. And he's like, how many instruments can you hear? Because normally you just hear the beat of the music. But actually when you sit and listen to a song, you'll hear 5 different instruments, you'll hear vocals, you'll hear loads of different things. And by actually taking that back to the dance school, the kids were like, whoa. Like, it totally opened up their minds to how songs are created and how people get everything, like building blocks of a song. And I'm like, so you don't just need to dance to 5, 6, 7, 8, you can dance to the accents of the instruments or the vocals or however you want to feel that piece of music. And I think that's why lyrical is such a great subject, because you can just kind of pick all those things out and create a different emotion.
Perfect. That sounds really, really interesting. Okay, so when did you start BPDC?
So we are almost 5 years old. We'll be 5 in January. So, gosh, what year was that? 2016?
Yes.
Yeah,
Quick maths there.
it'll be, yeah, good.
This year's just a bit of a write-off, so we might
Yeah, we're not
start
counting
this
2020.
No.
So initially, I didn't want to teach.
Okay.
So when I'm still professionally performing now, and teaching was a thing that I did in between jobs. I taught for a few schools in the area, and it was just something to fill in the gaps between my professional contracts. And then as I've got a bit older, it's like, oh, I kind of need some stability, because professional contracts, you kind of, unless you're very, very good and you can go from job to job to job, and you know, it's a hard industry.
Definitely,
anyway. So I wanted some stability, and Vibes opened up in Woodley, and I was one of the first dance schools there, and I didn't really know what I was doing. I was just like, I want to start these classes and I'm not sure how to do it, but I'm just going to do it. So we started with just a few classes. One week I had 3 kids, the next week I didn't have any. So it
does
gradually builds. It's a hard thing to do, to build a dance school, but thankfully I've had great word of mouth recommendations, and that's how the school's grown, really. I mean, obviously social media is a great
tool
thing,
to have,
great tool to have, and you know, leafleting and stuff, but most of the kids that come because their friends come, or they've heard that I'm teaching, or we've got a school, and it's just grown.
It's contagious, definitely.
We've got a lovely team spirit at the school. That's why we're called Team BPDC. Everything we hashtag is Team BPDC, and the kids love it, because from the little ones up to all the adults, they all are a group. They're not, you're the little ones and we're the older ones. Like, we did a Zoom party the other day, and the big ones hadn't seen the little ones for so long, and they were like, hi guys. Yeah, so it's just, team spirit.
Awesome. So you're going to have a birthday party in January?
Well, we were supposed to do a big show. We're kind of, I'm trying to evolve the school into a school that is predominantly about the show, about performing, not necessarily about having the best technique, but just being positive and giving the kids an opportunity. And so every year we've done a show, apart from the first year, obviously, because when you're starting out, we didn't have that many kids to do a show. We did like open days and stuff for the parents, but not a show. And this year we were supposed to do our big show. I'd booked a theatre. It was our first time we were supposed to be in a theatre with all the lights, everything. We did costumes and stuff before, but this was going to be the year that we did our first big show in a theatre. And then coronavirus happened.
It's literally like become the bane of my life.
But in a way, you know, in a positive light, it's given me more time to kind of go, okay, how are we going to make next year's show even bigger, even better, to celebrate 5 years? And actually, probably is a better benchmark to have the show based around. So that's, I'm getting that into planning now and finding dates and stuff. It won't be January, but
somewhere along.
It'll be kind of February, March time, because Christmas, everyone's like, yeah, it's Christmas, and then you get to January and it's like, what have we got to look forward to?
No money.
So the show's going to be something that is early on in the year, so that they've got something to look forward to.
Well, make sure you keep us posted on that.
I will.
So actually going in line with what you were saying about coronavirus, what do you think has been the hardest part about your dance journey? Either as a solo artist or kind of as the principal for the dance company?
So in regards to the school, the hardest thing's the hardest thing has been not seeing the kids.
I understand that,
because dance is such a, you know, involving thing that, you know, and you can't touch anyone. So, you know, helping the children dance, especially the younger ones, has been quite hard, but I have to say they've all done amazingly well coping with me on a screen, or my other teachers on a screen.
Your Instagram posts are adorable with the little girls on the kitchen floor. How cute! Bless them.
But they've adapted, we've adapted, and I think that's a really important thing within a dance school, is you have to keep evolving anyway. So just because we weren't given a choice of do you want to go online?
Yeah.
We just went, we're going online, that's it.
Yeah.
We want to keep dancing. So in that sense, the most difficult thing is not seeing them face to face. For me as a professional, the industry has just...
The arts industry,
it's just stopped.
It's been depleted. I mean, for me as a singer as
Yeah.
well, so I can understand from that point of view, but for yourself as a dancer, has it just been where there's not been opportunities available?
Well, in my career, I was trying to, because I'm getting older, you know.
Smaller, dear.
It's a bit like having the life of a career of a footballer. You kind of get to the mid-30s up towards the 40s and it's
Yeah.
like, do you really want to be whacking a leg 9 times a week? Or do you want to evolve that?
Yeah.
So again, I was kind of on a bit of a journey trying to move across from being in like dance captain, assistant dance captain roles in shows and ensemble to playing small parts, kind of moving over to the performer side of things, so the singing and the acting.
Okay.
And luckily, I was very, very lucky last Christmas doing a show that I got a small role to play. So I was like, yeah, you know, getting started, getting on the right path, and then coronavirus happened. So it's like, okay. So that's all for me has kind of taken a back seat because I was very concerned that I just wanted to make the dance school as successful as it could be during this time, and it has been fantastic. But yeah, all my friends that are in the industry, you know, all people having to take class in their living room, like whacking the light or smacking a vase, or honestly, some of the videos I've seen of people like destroying their houses trying to do a dance class.
I have some good material for you being framed. You never know. That would be me. That would definitely. There's too much stuff in my living room. I could never be a dancer.
But it's slowly, I think things are turning, and theatres are trying to open later on in the year, and fingers crossed jobs will start coming back up. I know a lot of companies have been doing online audition processes, so that's great. But yeah, me trying to transition is now I'm like, okay, so I need to get my head back round that side of stuff. But yeah, it's just hopefully starting back up again. I think once it does, I think it will be really successful, because if we can get back to some sort of normality, people are going to want to go and see shows. Yeah. Because they haven't been able to.
Exactly, as well.
So, and I think a lot of people forget, you know, like yourself, the singers, the songwriters, music, film, everyone relies on that stuff.
Not going to the studio is doing my head in.
So people rely on it, you know, for mental health, like having a song that you listen to. If people aren't creating new songs, it's like, well,
everything kind of just stops.
So I think a lot of people forget that the arts and the performing arts industry, they didn't realise how much they use it in their lives until it stopped. Yeah. So I think there's going to be a lot of support, hopefully, for
fingers crossed
the
moving
arts,
forward,
and hopefully it'll just go and it'll all be amazing again.
I think it'll be great. I think next year, summer, everything comes back again, and it will be kind of a sight to
a big
behold.
Celebration. Yeah,
definitely. So would you say would be your biggest achievement kind of on your journey so far?
Oh, so I've been dancing professionally for the last, really going to show my age out, 16 years. I left dance college at 21. I'll let you guys do the math.
Because I'm looking at you like, you're stop lying, okay? She's lying to you. She's not in her 30s or whatever.
I'm 35.
I'm sorry, what?
I'm 35.
And they say black don't crap, please. Goodbye.
I'm very lucky. I've got my mum's good genes, mum and dad's good genes.
That's amazing.
For me, the most exciting things to have happened very late on in my career. So I've done fantastic jobs, and I've travelled the country and things like that, but it wasn't until about 3 years ago where I got a big show that people would recognise. So I did Dirty Dancing over in Denmark at the Royal Opera House, the most amazing venue.
That is awesome.
And I actually got the job, and I thought it was a joke because I'd done a tour over here of a tribute show, a night of Dirty Dancing.
Okay.
Really enjoyed it. We travelled around the UK and had fun, and it was a great show. And then my agent rang me and said, "Have you got a show reel?" I was like, "Of course I've got a show reel. Like, have you not got it? Kind of thing.
It's like, what do you mean?
And he's like, I've got it, but can you send it to me now? I think he was kind of like in the midst of organising whatever this was. And I was like, yeah, I'll send it over. So I sent it. I was like, what's it for? He's like, oh, it's for Dirty Dancing in Copenhagen. I was like, never going to get that. I was like, yeah, okay, fine. Send it over. Kind of forgot about it. And we actually had a bit of a disagreement because he'd wanted me to go to an audition and I didn't particularly want to go to this audition. I was like, I don't want to waste their time. I don't want to waste my time. It just wasn't a fit for me. So we'd had a bit of a disagreement and I was like, he rang me again. So this was the following like week and I was like, oh, I really don't want to talk to him. Like, I was just like, we've had an argument, let's just leave it. So he left me a voice note and he was like, hi Bronia, hope you're okay. I'm just going into a meeting. Please can you call me back ASAP? And I was like, oh no, he's going to have another go at me or something. There's another, whatever it is. So I called him back like very sheepishly, like, hi, got your voice note. He was like, so you've got a job? I was like, I haven't been to any auditions.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, you got the Dirty Dancing job from your show reel. I was like, what? So yeah, I got the job from my show reel.
That is awesome. And
was there for, I think, 3 months over there doing the show. I was looking back at my diary actually the other day and we did a 9-show week.
Wow.
So it was a busy show.
That is tiring.
It was tiring.
But an incredible experience.
Just, amazing. The show was in Danish, but the songs were in English, so...
Oh, that's something. So you can sing along and everything.
Yeah, so I did the numbers in the show, but I also had to learn, you know, the Kellerman's anthem that they all sing at the end. Join hands and hearts and voices.
Yeah.
I had to learn that in Danish because I was one of the, like, featured people in it, and I was like...
Wow.
I'll just
lip sync
and
mouth around
great
it.
at that. So I did that, and then off the back of that, obviously made contacts over there, and they said, "Oh, We Will Rock You's coming over here." And I was like, "Oh my god, that is the show I dreamed of being in." I was like, "It's so me. Like, I'm quite commercial as a dancer. That was my thing. I really wanted to do. I wanted to do the music videos, the tours and stuff, but never quite made it in that sense." But I was like, I need to do this audition. So it was supposed to be after Dirty Dancing had finished, I could book to stay a bit longer, do the audition, then come home. But then it all changed. So I had to go back, I think it was 3 times to audition. So we did the first rounds and then came home. And I'd made friends with a few of the English guys that had gone over to audition as well. And they heard and they were like, "We're going back, have you heard anything yet?" And I was like, "I haven't had a text yet, like, should I be worried?"
So awkward.
2 days later I got a message. I was like, oh my, I was literally like, I haven't got it, like, what am I? And then they were like, "We're really sorry that it's taken us so long." I was like, you've no idea how much this has made me panic. So I then went back over and then again came home and my friends heard again and I was like, I haven't heard anything yet. Okay. But then found out that I got the job and I actually got assistant dance captain on the show.
Wow.
So I was like, okay, right. So, and I was a swing, so I had to basically learn all of the female parts of the show.
Just in case you needed to be put
so if
somewhere else.
someone was ill or if someone was taking a time off, because we had some Danish pop stars and stuff in the show, so they had jobs booked. Very odd because we were like, we don't know who you are, but over there they were like,
just a big celebrity.
We were like, okay, fine.
Great.
So yeah, there was a few shows where I actually did, I think 3 different parts in one day because we did 2 shows.
Okay.
And yeah, I just swapped around and I was like, there was one show where I did 2, well, there's the Gaga Girls and singing Somebody to Love.
Okay.
Big song. And the morning show, I was one person, and the afternoon show or the evening show, I was another person. And I just said to the MD, I was like, really not sure what harmonies are going to come out, so just bear with.
He's
like, it's fine. So yeah, that was a big show. And then from that, the last 2 years at Christmas time, I've done panto most of my career, which is the best time at Christmas. It's hard work, 2 shows, sometimes 3 shows a day. The longest one was a 6-week run, and that was hard work. But then I got offered to do Elf, the musical.
Amazing.
So, again, a bit of a journey in the sense of I've always been it's also like being a bridesmaid, never a bride. I was always an understudy, never a role.
Okay.
So, And thankfully I've worked for a great guy for the last, 14, 15 years. And he had taken on Elf to do an arena tour.
Oh, wow, okay.
So I was like, oh my gosh, how is this going to work? Like, in an arena? Okay, fine. And I actually looked after all of the kids in the show. So we had some of the Pauline Quirk Academies work with us. So each area that we went to, there was maybe 70 kids in a team.
Wow.
Because obviously in an arena, you have to make everything bigger, you have to have more people. And I was in charge of all these kids in each venue. And I was like, okay, 70 kids. Right, okay. Sometimes double that because we had 2 different teams of kids as well. So I did that, and I started off again in kind of a dance captain assistant kind of role.
Yeah.
And understudying as well. And then unfortunately there was a few events that happened which meant that one of the leading roles, the lady that was playing it, went home. Oh, no. She was like, I'm not in the right mind space. She'd had a few personal things go on, so she left. And what should have happened is I should have gone into the role, but because I was too valuable with all the kids stuff and being the kind of support for the show, they were like, we're going to keep you where you are, we're going to bring someone in. I was like, okay, fine. Anyway, fast forward to 2 days before we open in Cardiff, the lady they brought in lost her voice.
Of course she did.
So
it's always the way.
So I ended up opening the show as this role. So 6,000 people in Cardiff Arena, and I had done one dress run in the morning, and I was like, I don't even remember it, to be honest.
You just would black out and kind of just do it.
And then other things happened, and I actually ended up playing the role for the whole of the run.
The rest of the tour?
Yeah.
Wow.
And then the following year, so last year, I went straight in playing the role. So that was when I kind of, like I was saying about transitioning, that was kind of like, okay, I can do this.
Yeah.
So last year, the big one, I know you've been asking me about what's been like a pivotal moment. So my dad's a musician as well.
Oh, nice.
And he has played Wembley Arena before.
Oh, goals.
And then last Christmas, we did Elf at Wembley Arena. So
that is awesome.
Yeah, just mind-blowing.
Yeah.
Like walking down the corridors, seeing all these pictures of all these bands, and you're just like, okay, I'm doing Elf here. This is crazy. And we actually did the Hydro in Glasgow as well.
Okay.
So Beyonce obviously played there
yeah,
as well. And I was like,
I would be touching kind of Beyonce walked like she touched this floor. I'm having a moment, honestly.
So yeah, I've been really lucky in that sense. But the Wembley thing was a big thing for me as well, because unfortunately my dad had prostate cancer last year, and we weren't sure whether he'd be able to come and watch the show. But he came, he watched, and I was like, I need my dad here to watch this, because it was like a big circle, because I'd actually been to see him play there as a baby, and it was like a role reversal, so he got to watch me. So that's I get emotional.
Oh, that's amazing. Honestly, it's really good to hear. So with BPDC, make sure I get that right.
That's right.
What would you say is like the age range of the dancers that you have?
So at the moment, our youngest is 3.
Precious.
Our oldest, I wouldn't like to say, because I don't know the age of the oldest adult.
Fair enough.
I do know that one of my adults used to be my textiles teacher at secondary school.
Well, that is so cool.
Yeah.
I don't know how I'd feel if like one of my old teachers came and like, hey, I want to get some vocal coaching from you. Well, it would literally just blow my mind.
I recognised her before she recognised me.
Well, yeah, I would admit.
And because obviously, being a teacher, you see, I don't even know how many kids she would have taught, because she's been at my secondary school for a long time. And she was always the really scary teacher at school as well. She was like the lesson that you went to and you're like, oh gosh, we've got her today. But she's so lovely. She loves her class. She comes and does ballet with us, and she loves it. She goes and watches ballets, and she's like, oh, I'm going to see Swan Lake or something, so I won't be at class today. I'm like, that's fine. You're having an education in ballet yourself, watching that, so that's fine. But yeah, so we've got a very broad spectrum of students at the school.
Do you think it makes it hard to kind of manage, or is it just makes it more eclectic?
I think you find the age groups that you work better with. which is why I have a fantastic team of teachers as well. I've got 2 other teachers that work at the school, and they have their, what's the word I'm looking for? Preferences
yeah.
that they're good to work with. But actually, we all work with all of them, because when we come together and do the show, everyone's there.
Exactly.
So you just have to find the level with each age group. So with obviously the younger ones, you kind of just have a bit of fun with them and make it all exciting and you know, fun for them. But then with the older ones, you maybe get down a bit and go, oh, how's your TikTok going? And have you seen me doing the whoa? And I get it wrong, and I'm like, have I done the wow or the whoa? And they're like, run, like what? They're like, we've seen you on there, you know what you're doing. I was like, I have no idea what I'm doing.
I definitely don't either, at all. Not a clue.
So yeah, they love that the school have got a TikTok account as well, so.
Cool. So, I was doing a bit of stalking on your Instagram.
Always a good thing to do, it's fine.
I noticed that you are a dog lover they have their own Instagram pages, which you have to go and check out because they are adorable. So yeah, can you tell us a little bit about your dogs? Because I feel like they're kind of like the BPDC mascots.
Yeah, well, Archie was. Unfortunately, we lost little Archie a couple of months ago, which is really, really sad. But he was such a dude. He had his own modelling career and stuff anyway. So
better than me.
He's a celebrity in his own right. Which now he's gone is actually really nice because we've got lots of footage of him and pictures and stuff. So that's great. And the kids, everyone knows about Archie. Everyone's like, how's Archie? And he came to the studio a couple of times and sat and watched, and luckily he loves kids anyway because he's done panto as well, so
just keep it in the family.
Keep it in the family. And yeah, so that was really sad. And actually when he passed away, I was teaching. So we were doing our online Zoom classes, and he'd been at the vets, and I'd sort of seen my mum and dad come and move around the house, and I was like, oh, maybe they're going to pick Archie up, but unfortunately he had gone to sleep on his own accord, so that was good. It was good, but they told me in between lessons, and I had to go back onto Zoom and say to the guy, and I was obviously very upset. Yeah. And I kind of had to call them in, and I think they thought they were getting told off. We were doing an acro class, and I said, guys, can you just get your parents in, because I need to talk to you, and he just sort of said, I'm really sorry, we need to cancel class today, and then obviously got really upset. But they were amazing. I was more concerned. I was like, we can put the lesson on at the end, or I can refund you, or whatever. They were like, Bron, just calm yourself down, it's fine.
Oh, bless you.
But now we've got lovely Finn. So Finn is an 8-month-old blue border collie, so he's not black and white, he's like a dark grey. He's absolutely crazy. The kids have seen him jumping on me in class and like joining in the lesson, and they love it. And when he's not there, they're like, where's Finn? Like, so I guess he is becoming a bit of a mascot for the school as well. So yeah,
I think you should get him a t-shirt like with BPDC.
Yeah,
on
I think
it,
I'll get him like a something to put on. He's got so much hair though, I don't know if you'd see it, so I'd probably have to get like a long sleeve top.
Okay, so going forward from kind of here, obviously given everything that's happened with coronavirus, kind of what are your plans for the rest of the year, and kind of what's the next step for you, I would say?
So for the school?
For the school, yeah.
Okay, so obviously we've just finished term, which I think everyone is a little bit sad about, because we won't be seeing each other every week, and you know, even if it is on a screen. However, I think everyone needs a break, especially me. Not because I haven't enjoyed it, but just if you're presenting something, you've got to have this like energy all the time. And when you're in the studio, obviously you've got the energy, but you can stop, you can watch the dancers, you can correct them, you can, and obviously you can do that on a screen, but you have to be giving more energy through the screen. So actually this term's been quite tiring, I think, for everybody, because they're obviously trying to dance through the screen at me, and I'm trying to dance through the screen to them, just to get over what we're doing. So we're going to have a little bit of a break, we break for the summer anyway. Yeah. And we usually do some summer workshops, but I'm trying to just figure out what a safe way is going to be to bring the kids back to the studio, because the studio is opening at the end of this month. So I'm hoping that we can maybe do some bubble classes or something, just to bring the kids back into reality, because I think we've all been dancing like this in our small rooms or whatever rooms they've been in. So actually to get into their space and dance and have extensions and be able to kick their legs and stuff like that, they're going to find it quite different, I think. They're going to have to like get that muscle memory back. So in terms of the summer, hopefully maybe some fun workshops, or we were supposed to be doing High School Musical at Easter and that got cancelled.
It's like my favourite movie ever.
Yeah, they were like, we want to do, I was like, what kind of workshop do you want to do next? Because we've done like Grease, Annie, Matilda, all that kind of stuff. And actually, it was the older kids that were like, we want to do High School Musical.
Because it's the greatest.
I was like, okay, fine.
When it came out, I was still in school. So, you know, I still remember the whole get your head in the game and everything. Exactly. I did the dance along as well.
Of course.
Just saying.
So, I would like to maybe do something with that. But then I think, am I going to do it in Injustice? Because we're not going to be able to costume it and things like that. There's just so much to think about. But hopefully from September... everything's changing every day, isn't it? So we'll see. We'll be coming, that's the plan anyway. September, get back to the studio. We booked to do the school's first exams with British Theatre Dance Association. That's the association I did as a kid. So I'm bringing that to my school because it's a great association. It's very performance based. There's lots of different things you can do, lots of different styles. So they were supposed to do lyrical exams and ballet exams before lockdown. So they've been rescheduled towards the end of the year. So it's going to be a case of working on those, hopefully, to get them done, but also to prep for the show. So September will be back in the studio and just figuring out what pieces to do for the show. And some of them I want to kind of incorporate some of the dances we've done on Zoom. We might have like a coronavirus section or something, or like Zoom moment of the, I don't know, something. I think I feel like we need to address it, so it will probably be in there somewhere. But I think just to get them back in September. My adults are absolutely itching to get back in the studio as well, because I think there's different, obviously, things for adults can come back in, and there's just so much to read with the legislation, and it changes all the time. So back to the studio, prep for the show, and hopefully giving the students more opportunities with, I'm hoping to get some more West End performers in to help to do some classes for them, because we did that on Zoom at the end of term, and just find some exciting performance opportunities. Hopefully, like we said, next summer it will be a summer of, celebration, so hopefully we can get some I don't know, flash mobs or something going.
I love a flash mob. I
They're
think they're
so
the
good, aren't
greatest
they?
things. I really want to be involved in one. So if you ever need extra, just give me a call.
We'll get you in.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for joining me.
Welcome.
It's been
Thanks for having
amazing.
me.
No problem. It's been amazing finding out about yourself, about hashtag Team BPDC. Speaking of which, where can we kind of find you if you want to find out more about your classes?
We have obviously got a website, which is www.bpdcompany.net. We've got our socials, so we've got Instagram, which is just BPD Company, and the same on Facebook.
Perfect, BPD Company.
Yeah.
Heard it here first. Thank you so much, Bronia, and all the best for the future.
Thank you.